Hi everybody, Heather from New Zealand, welcome back. Do you work full-time outside the home? Maybe even you work part-time. You may be finding that during your week you don't have enough time to get all your house cleaning and organising done. So come the weekend, you have to use that precious free time to do those jobs. Catch up on the laundry, clean the bathroom, vacuum, look after all the household jobs that you'd really rather not be doing on the weekend because you want to have time with your family and some good old-fashioned R&R. Well, there is a way around it. And the Flylady, I've done a video with this and I'll pop that up there, does a job for each day. Now obviously if you're at home and you can do that job during the day. That's quite easy. If you're at work or don't have that time during the day, you have to tweak it around a bit. So you've got some choices to make. So we'll go through each of the days that the Flylady talks about and each of the tasks she does on each day, and then you can decide what you want to do on which day. There's different ways of doing it. So on her weekly plan on a Monday, she has what she calls her weekly home blessing, which is just really basic quick cleaning, and there's different aspects to it. You set the timer for 10 minutes and you do these different aspects of it. So one of them is you change the beds, another one is you do the mirrors, you also dust, and you vac the house and you mop. I don't think I've forgotten anything. If I have, please let me know in the notes below. So what you can do is you can decide, some people like to put that on the Saturday and say, okay, I'm going to do all that weekly home blessing. It's going to take me about an hour to do it, and I'm going to do that on the Saturday. Okay, if you wish to do it, then that is a great way to do it. You might find you can get other people to help you as well, and they could maybe do the vacuuming, or they could do shine the mirrors, or you could decide, okay, well, I'm going to do, of an evening, I'm going to take 10 minutes to do one of those jobs, and you could divide it up over the week. It's completely up to you, and you might find that maybe a little bit of trial and error is going to work well with these things. I mean, you might find at the end of the day that the thought of quickly vacuuming the whole house, and we're talking just vacuuming for 10 minutes, the main walkways, you might find that you're actually too tired to do that. So maybe you'd put that one on Saturday. But the thought of shining all the mirrors and the glass doorways and stuff in the house, that might not feel like too big a job, so you might get that one done in the week. Again, it's up to you how you do it. I like to do it myself, what I can during the week, and even with changing the beds, I'll do that during the week when I can. I might throw a change a bed of an evening if I know I haven't got much laundry, and I'll throw one of the beds in the laundry system. Again, it's up to you how to do it. Please watch my video on the weekly tasks, and that goes into a bit more detail of what is on the weekly home blessing. The next day is Tuesday. Now Tuesday is a free day. Now we kind of don't get a free day when we're working, because what we're wanting to, we're not going to be there during the day to do those tasks. So we'll forget about the Tuesday for now. The Wednesday is planning. So looking at your menus, thinking about what you've got coming up from the week, checking your diary, but in particular creating a shopping list for your food. Now everybody has a slightly different way of doing this. Some people like to have a set plan. I personally have a set 2-week plan of food that I do, and I follow that. Some people go into the fridge and freezer, see what they've got, write their meals around that. That's a really good way to do it. But do put some time away. Now I I think it's best to do this of an evening, and on a Wednesday evening, if you can do that. If you've got kids sports or something, obviously you might want to do it on a different evening. But to put some time aside for that, to actually plan that out and write that shopping list so you've got that ready when you go shopping. Because the next day, which is errand day, would be the day that you would do your grocery shopping and run your errands. Now, you may find Thursday night is the perfect night for you to go shopping after work, in which case, go for it. You may find that you just can't face it on a Thursday. Okay, so maybe that's one you need to arrange. Maybe you want to do your grocery shopping on a Saturday, or maybe there's a different day of the week you want to do it. Maybe you do online grocery shopping. You know, maybe on the Wednesday you sit and order everything online and just pick it up on the way home from work. Whatever works for you. But yes, some people put that on the Saturday. I personally don't like to put it on the Saturday because I feel like it eats up my weekend. But we do live out in the country, further away from the shops. So you might not have that problem. It might be easy for you to get to the supermarket. I don't know. So yeah, that's what Thursday's weekly job is about for the Fly Lady, and the Friday is to clean out our purse and to declutter the car. Now, don't feel that you need to clean the car completely on a Friday. I mean, I don't get to that stage, but make sure you clear out all the clutter, and when you can, give it a vacuum. When you can, give it a wash, or take it through the wash and when you're at the garage next. Don't beat yourself up. Don't create this huge thing of like everything in your house and in your life needs to look like a Martha Stewart Photoshop, photo shoot. You know, those beautiful magazine pictures where everything's pristine and perfectly in place. That's not real life. Don't worry about that. We're just getting order and tidy and clean. We're not going for perfect. So that's the weekly, how you would juggle the weekly schedule. Now, obviously that's leaving quite a bit for your Saturday. So let's move on to that now. Saturday. What do we do on Saturday? So Saturdays for the Fly Lady are family days. And in a perfect universe, you'd have everything done and you would have your full day with your family. But let's be honest, it's not a perfect universe and we have to work with what we've got. So if you're working outside of the home, you're gonna have to do some work on the Saturday, but we can reduce it to the minimum. So first of all, you've got your routines that we've gone over. You need to do those every day, even Sunday. Okay, if you eat on a day, you need to wash dishes and clean the sink. If you wear clothes on a day, you need to do laundry. Okay, so still do your morning routines, your getting home from work routines and your evening routines. Those all still happen. Now, if you've made a decision to do your weekly home blessing on a Saturday, get to it. It's only going to take an hour. Or actually I think it will probably take less than an hour, because when I first read the weekly home blessing from the Fly Lady, I thought she added a little bit too much time for some of the jobs for my house, so it takes me actually less than an hour to do it. So gung-ho, get into that. Maybe it's a good time also, if you're at home on the Saturday, to maybe chuck in a couple of extra loads of laundry. Maybe there's some blankets that, a blanket that needs washing, or anything else around the house that just a little bit of time for extra laundry to keep up with those things, because we really want to keep the laundry small and down. So you've got a bit of extra time on Saturday, so I always do that, throw a couple of loads in. The next thing we need to talk about, and again, please go back to my other videos and learn about this concept in more depth, to know what I'm really understanding, to understand what I'm talking about here, is the zone cleaning. So that's a lot of the cleaning that we've talked about so far is just quick, licking a promise, keeping it clean, keeping the surfaces clean, but one thing about the Flylady, if you're using the whole system and doing the zone cleaning as well, is your house is being thoroughly cleaned at the same time as you go through the weeks of the month. So you will have, depending on what day it is, what week you're in and what zone you're in, you will have some zone cleaning to do. So again, how to fit the zone cleaning in when you're working is similar to the home blessing. You've got a choice. You can either do it all on a Saturday, or you can do it during the week. You do have Sunday as well. We're a Christian family, so I try not to do work on a Sunday because I like to have that day of rest. But that's our choice. That's up to you, up to us, and up to you what decision you make around that. So the zone cleaning is, the idea behind it is you do 15 minutes each day, 5 days a week, of focused cleaning. Now there is for me, I can't do that during the week when I'm working full time. I have to do it on the Saturday. So 15 minutes obviously is an hour and 15 minutes of zone cleaning. So again, you can do that on the Saturday. And if you just use your timer, gung-ho, get into it, it'll be over in a 1-2. I mean, how many of us would put our feet up and watch YouTube videos or watch a movie for 15 minutes? For an hour and 15 minutes without noticing it. So let's just give this a bit of a priority, knowing how much we're going to get out of it over time. A clean house that never needs a really thorough clean again. It's worth it, I can tell you. So that's how you do the zones. Either do the 15 minutes during your day, or add that time together, split it between the Saturday and Sunday, or as I do it all on the Saturday. It's all up to you. Okay, so that's basically what we need to do to work full-time and do the Flylady. Please, I've said it all at once. I've said it all very fast. It sounds a lot when you say it all at once, and please, if you're new to the Flylady, do not take this on all at once. Instead, go back, take on one activity at a time, take little baby steps, and build up to using the full system. So please ask me some questions. I'm sure there's stuff that I've missed off here. I'm sure you've got some knowledge and understanding about what works for you in different scenarios. I mean, maybe you do shift work and you've got some really great advice for those who are working on shifts. Maybe you are maybe you work at home and you found a way to juggle things. Please put some of your wisdom in the comments down below so we can share that. And of course, I'm very willing to answer questions that you might have. Okay, so that's my take on the Flylady for people who work, and I'll see you in the next video. I really wish you well with doing this. Please let me know your triumphs and your struggles in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye from New Zealand.